That's close enough, right? I think I may have missed the little transition, the end of this song, and of course it starts right over, right? How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Just filling up my hydration tank down here. In the meantime, Raspy Mark, Gary, it's going so good. Bearded Tinker and Fox and Piston. Ron, how's it going? Nick, man. Liverpool, sweet. My wife knows Liverpool pretty well. I've never been to the UK, but my wife knows it. First time, Mr. Crazy's here for the first time. We should do something fun for him. Whee! Estonia. Every time I hear somebody, hey Mattis, how you doing? Every time I hear somebody talk about Estonia, I think about that movie with what was it called? Something about a princess, right? And she was from some fake place that sounded like that. So every time somebody says Estonia, I think, is that a real place? Is that where the fairy tale princesses come from? Whoa, exotic Boston rum monkey. How you doing, man? First live stream, fantastic. From New York, awesome. New York, or upstate, or what? I love New York City, by the way. We're gonna do this one. First live, go blue. All right, John, and I love your little emblem with your hat too. We're gonna play some football in a few weeks. Yeah. New York. All right. Well, Tech Maven, if I ever get to go there again, let's have a visit. I love that place. I was supposed to be there this earlier this year with my boys and my wife. It was gonna be awesome. And Mike, first live stream too. Man, oh man, we're gonna do all the choo-choos and everything. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for being here. Halloween show? I don't, but I am working on it, and that is actually a decent part of what we're going to talk about today. All right. Oh, Jacob's also a doc. Awesome. Welcome. Others here? There's probably one or two. I know there's a few around. All right. Craziness. Thanks for subscribing. We're going to do this little thing for subscribing up early here. First live stream for Carl too. Woo! Lots of new people. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. You know, there's an interesting phenomenon. I think we mentioned this last live stream. Interesting phenomenon. The most popular video that I have right now is last year's holiday LED video, the WLED video from last year. So I've got a script written for a new one, an update, and I'll be working on it. I haven't got it out yet. Finished a permit track install yesterday, now digging into WLED. Fantastic. Well, some call it fun. We're going to talk about WLED today. We're going to talk about WLED a lot today. A challenge. If you get more than 1,000 views or 100 viewers on Twitch, give away 5 subs. Ooh, give away 5 subs. You mean like let's have somebody subscribe? Like I pay for a subscription for myself? Help me understand what you mean. I don't know how that little contest works. But yeah, let's do a challenge. Let's get to 100, and I'll do what Mark says, because Mark's a smart guy, and I'll do what it says. Just purchase your first lights, 2815s. All right, me crazy. Good for you. Those are expensive ones, and those are the, if I'm remembering right, are the 15s the ones that are 12 volts and have the backup channel, or are they just 12 volts, or do they just have the backup channel? I get confused because there's 13s and 15s. And I can't remember which one's which. Any recommendations for tracks RGB strips for indoor and outdoor? Oh, for the aluminum tracks? Milobi. Oh, sure. If you go here, I'll just grab it out of this. But this is on the DrZzs products page. And if you search for aluminum channel here, I think I've got Amazon and AliExpress. But it's all pretty much the same. It's going to be about $2 a foot, if I recall. Maybe a little less, depending on. So here's an AliExpress aluminum channel link. Copy this one. What do I recommend for controllers? DigUno. Oh, maybe I don't have one for Amazon. But in Amazon, I probably have one on the Amazon store. Yeah, DigUno. So, or unless you're going to do, it depends, me crazy. Are you going to do like big, massive music, matrix, dancing trees, all that kind of stuff? If you're going to do that, then you're going to want a Falcon or Culp boards or Falcon player, Falcon, whatever they're called. F16 or the Culp 16 or 18 or something like that. So if you want all that, then I would, what I have, and I haven't even actually connected it all yet, but someday I will. Maybe maybe, I don't know when. Culp lights. So these controllers here. And they come with Falcon Player loaded on them, and they're actually pretty easy to use. And Tech Turtle and the gang here can help you quite a bit. They know a lot of stuff about how to make these use. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. My what has stopped me from actually installing mine already is I want these boards Ethernet connected, and I can't get Ethernet to new places in my house real easy just yet. So that's the only thing that's stopping me is how am I going to run some Ethernet wire through some spots in my house where it doesn't have it. That's what it's going to be. All right. What would you recommend with a power supply setup for doing super long strips, either underglow, around the room, or under the roof? Power supplies. I think I have a whole, here we go, freaking cool LEDs. Anything like this, generally. Anything like this is gonna be the thing. These are okay too. These usually go up to about 10 amps. These are good too. They don't have a fan, so they're a little quieter if you have it close to where you have to hear it. It bothers me to hear the fans. So if I'm going to have to use one of these big ones, I don't want it to be anywhere near what I'm going to, so I'm not going to have to hear it. And then here's your aluminum channel. Somebody was asking about aluminum channel. Milobi was asking about aluminum channel. Here you go. Why on earth would you want them wired? And they never drop. Well, maybe I thought it would be better to have them wired, I guess. Maybe I don't need to. How did I mount my power supplies, John? I put them inside of, well, I have a couple different methods. I'll tell you what. One method, the first thing I did, I don't know if I even kept it in this list here, but the first thing I did was that's funny. We don't need to be showing the cart, do we? Anyways, the first thing that I did was I put them in a waterproof box and put them out on the roof, right? So it's like a waterproof project box. These are expensive though. They're not cheap. I went with something like this, but by the time I got one that was big enough to fit my power supply and stuff, this one might work, but the one I got was like $30. I think I got this one or something like it. So if you're gonna put it outside, this is probably the thing to do. Certainly if you're gonna put it outside in the sun or outside where it's not got some other kind of protection. So I'll tell you this. I've used this. Okay, so that was my first thing, and that was the expensive thing. I wish this cart would go away. I don't know why my cart keeps showing up. There we go. And then, but I have also put them in Tupperware, which maybe is that what Kenneth is saying? IKEA, some cool plastic boxes for, yeah. So I have done that as well, actually, which is kind of like a Tupperware box, right? You can imagine what they look like. They're it's just a plastic box with a lid, and they have some that you can clip, right? So that they would be fairly waterproof. All right, Lord Sparhawk, thank you for the cheer, amigo. Then the other thing that I've done recently that I think is the best idea so far is, at least for the roof, when I'm putting things up on the roof line of the house, I'm just poking a hole through that tin sort of overhang. I just poke a hole through there and I just run the wires through there. And then I put everything else in the attic. The power supplies, the D1 Mini, or the Note MCUs, whatever. Because then it's like protected. It's like totally protected. Like then you could just put it in, you could still put it in that Tupperware thing, but you don't have to worry about it being waterproof or anything else. Right? Ammo boxes from Harbor Freight. Good question, Dale. Are they metal, and do they interfere with the Wi-Fi at all? My guess is probably not. They're probably fine, but maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Would go with wired if possible, but I have a thing for getting as much off Wi-Fi as I can. And that's where I'm at, Thomas, as well. So right now, I don't have, props and stuff yet. But when I get to the point where I'm going to have props and all that stuff, then I'm going to probably just run the wires. I'm sure I can figure it out. Now, let's get to what I want to get to. So somebody was talking about my Halloween, right? Ooh, we got a guy. So Halloween displays. Halloween is a great warm up for getting your Christmas stuff out, right? For some people, it's an even bigger deal. So what I'm gonna do, and I've started now, and I'll be done by Halloween. It's not gonna be crazy. I know, thank you, Carlo V Cloud. He's like, oh, can't wait to see what DrZzs has. I probably won't. It won't be impressive. I don't have the big stuff. There's gonna be other guys that are gonna do a lot bigger, crazier displays than me. I just like figuring out how to make it work and telling everybody about it. Oh, sweet. Okay, sorry. Work text. So what I'm going to do, we've got a castle in our backyard, right? We have a castle in our backyard. It's a big 14 foot by 14 foot by 14 foot, castle in the backyard. And it would make a great little haunted house, a fantastic little haunted house, actually. And especially with this sort of COVID time, right, where people are not going to come to the door, we could put candy in the castle and they could go in there. So I've already started putting lights on it. I have lights already around the sort of parapets around the top, right? Is that what you call it? Anyways, I have lights up there around the top. I just put lights in all of the windows. And the next step, I'm going to put some cobwebs and some of that kind of stuff in there. But the next step, the next thing that you need, if you're going to do a haunted house, is audio, right? Make it really Halloween. Make it COVID candies. Yes. How's it going, Frank? So I've stumbled on to this little thing here. Mr. DIY is a dude who actually made a video about this little project, and here it is. This is in the video description if you guys want it. If not, or if you don't want to get it from there it is in the chat now. But basically, this is something that I've been waiting for somebody to come up with for a while, and maybe it's existed. I'm sure 3 or 4 people are going to be like, oh, I already know how to do that. Oh, there he is, Mr. DIY. Thank you, dude. Thanks for being here. So you can answer questions about this too as we go along. So he put out this video, contacted me and said, hey, check this thing out. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I have wanted. So it's simply an ESP8266. So he used the D1 Mini. For my example, I used the Node MCU just because I had more of those handy. But it doesn't matter. It's an ESP8266. He's got a binary file that you can just flash onto it with, ESP Home Flasher or whatever you use. And you basically hook up 2 wires. Sorry. You plug it in, okay, so you power it, and then you have ground and you have RX. And you hook up ground and RX to a mono speaker cable, right? Or you take a stereo one and you put the 2 sides together and put them both to RX. And then you load his sketch, and you can do a few things. Here's the instructions. This is what I like. This is the instructions. This is how you build it. You can do 3 things with it, or I guess you can do more, but the 3 things that to me matter the most is you can play an MP3 from a URL. So you set up a URL that your ESP chip can access, like maybe on your network or out on the web or whatever, as long as it's accessible through a URL, and you just tell it where that URL is, and it can play that. It can also do text. The text is pretty chunky. I don't know if the text is got to work on the voice there. It's pretty chunky, at least for me. I have a hard time with it. And then the other thing you can do is play these little beepity beepity beepities. You can beepity beepity beepities, meaning like the ringtones, the old ringtones we were playing with when we were doing the RFID thing last week. So it can play those kinds of things. That's That's the beepity beepity beepity. And then I guess he's got it here so it's play a local. This is an IceCast stream. I don't know what an IceCast stream is, but for me, playing the MP3 is the big deal. And the best part is, to me, it plays from MQTT. So you use the MQTT topic to tell it what to do, to tell it what to play. So you don't, some people will have talked about getting one of these that has like a chip, an SD card spot, and you put your sound files in the SD card and it plays them. That's great. But with this, you can send it out like through automations or something, right? So you don't have to have the file sort of already on the SD card. And if you want to add new files, you want to change the songs or change the things it plays, you don't have to change what's on the SD card. You can just send it a new URL through MQTT. MQTT bleep now. Colin, the most pixels you can use on one controller, I think the actual hard max on WLED is 1500. You probably are going to see some slowing down past about 1200. For myself, I've used 800 and had no problem. So there you go. Big round numbers for you to deal with. Okay, so I have built this little guy already. Hopefully some of you have already watched the video and all that, but I've built it already, and here it is. So let's look at it. Let's look at it in all of its beautifulness, and we'll play around with it for a minute. Okay, here it is. This is my Node MCU that's running the Mr. DIY, what are you calling it? Audio Notify bin file. I'm powering it from, this is just an old power supply, but I'm powering it through 5 volts there. And then I've got the stereo. This is just from a headphone jack. Okay, just pull that headphone jack out. Then I've got this little amplifier. Now you do need some kind of an amplifier because the signal that comes out of here is going to be really weak and it's not really going to do too much for you. So you gotta have some kind of an amplifier. I tried this little amplifier, and I know Mr. DIY used a cheap little amplifier board like this of some kind and seemed to work. I tried this, and while I did get sound out of it, the sound was so bad quality. It was so just staticky and choppy and stuff. And when I switched to a different amplifier, it got much better. So, and this amplifier is more than you need because this one also has like Bluetooth and it's stereo, and I don't know. It's okay. But I would like to find one like this. This just happened to be what I had, but I'd like to find something like this. So anyways, you got that, and then you got a speaker. Okay? And this is an old waterproof speaker that I got from like the, we have the DI here, which would be like the Goodwill or something. Affiliate link for any of this stuff. You know what? I don't have it, but if we go to here, we can find it here. Let's find it here. We'll go back to Amazon for a minute. And then I'll answer questions, and then we'll turn it on and test it, okay? Mini amplifier. This little amplifier works really well, except when it works really well for Bluetooth. The aux input on it is not the greatest for some reason, and I don't know a lot about how to get a good, pure, static-free signal. Here it is. It's the same one. Okay, I'll give you an affiliate link for that. Thank you for asking. Always nice, always good. There we go. But any little amplifier that you have that will work. You know what I used initially too? First thing I used was just a Bluetooth speaker like this with an aux in. And that works great. That actually, of all the things, that sounded the best. When can you expect the Dig Uno back in stock? Any day now. Man, any day now. Car amps are great for this kind of application. I think most of these up here are car amps. But maybe they're not. But yeah, little car amplifiers. I think that's what these are. Most of them. 12 volts in and stuff like that. But yeah, any amplifier. So kind of come up with your own amplifier, whatever you like. There you go. AliExpress affiliate this. Oh, great. Oh, that's Well, if you use any of my affiliate links and then go to AliExpress, it should work. So I have to make the links. It's kind of a pain. For AliExpress, it's more of a pain. Wow, that's only $6. Is that what I was? Oh, man. Let's see. If I sign in, maybe it'll let me do it quickly. Yeah, that's way better. If you don't mind waiting. Yeah, they did do it. Okay, good. I fixed it. Oh, can't generate a link for this one. Yeah. Some of these, they don't let you do affiliate for some of these. But anyways, it's okay. I don't need an affiliate every single time. You guys just get it. So there you go. That's going to be too long to fit. I'd be very curious to see what other kinds of little amplifiers you all could come up with to use for this. So Bluetooth speaker, if you already have a Bluetooth speaker, battery powered, a lot of them are reasonably waterproof for putting outside, right? This one's not, but a lot of them are. Just have an aux in and you're golden. That's all you need. You don't need the amplifier then. But if you want to use a speaker like I have here, I've got this big waterproof speaker that I want to use, which doesn't have an amplifier included in it, so I have to have the amplifier in between. Okay? So that's it. So let's fire it up. What do you say? Let's fire it up. Let's see how it works. Okay, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to turn it on. The first thing that you'll hear is when you've flashed it correctly, it will make a little chime. If you want, before the end, we can go over the flashing process, but it's not hard. Okay, I think it made a sound. Did you hear that? If you didn't hear it, let's do it again. The first sound you hear is actually the amplifier, Bluetooth, turning on. The Permatracks are galvanized steel. Okay, that's this. Now this. That's the sound of this. That's the sound of this thing starting up. So that's how you know it's connected. So he's got it playing a little thing so you know it's connected. Can somebody get me up to speed? Ikafar, we're doing this audio notifier. It's an MQTT ESP8266 based audio notifier. So you hook it up to a speaker, amplifier speaker, and then you send MQTT messages to a certain topic, and it will play MP3s or ringtones or beepity beepity beepities if you want. Okay. Now in my MQTT, so when you set it up, maybe I should set one up for you. But anyways, when you set it up, you set the topic. Okay, and he tells you this in these instructions. It's not too hard, really isn't. Okay, you flash it. Oh, you can't see the instructions. You flash it. You'll get a Wi-Fi called Mr. DIY Notifier. There's the password, mrdiy.ca. Then you'll go to 192.168.4.1, fill in your Wi-Fi network information. Then you need to put in your MQTT information. So your broker IP address, the password, username and password. And then you'll also put in the topic that you want to use if you want it to be different than his. Well, actually, he has 2 bin files. One of them, you can change the topic to whatever you want. The other one, the topic is, what is the topic? Mr. DIY. Mr. DIY Notifier is the topic. So he's got that down here. All right, Mr. DIY Notifier. I changed mine to just Audio Notifier, I think. Let's see. Where'd it go? Audio. Let's look for it. So this is MQTT Explorer for anybody who's not used it before. We don't need this in our home system. Audio Notifier. Here we go. Right. So there's my topic. It's audio_notifier. Okay. So if I want to publish, I publish to /audio notifier /tone. And then in this case, if I want it to play the beepity beepity beepities, it's not playing the beepity beepity beepities. That's awesome. Fail. Where's my fail button? All right. Let's try say. And it might just be a matter of not having something not turned up. Huh. What's happened to it? It was working last night. Hey, sweetheart, I love you. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay. Well, it's time to start troubleshooting. I swear it worked last night. You just report the headphone wires and connect it to each one to a pin. Yes. But you take the two wires and connect. So there's 3 wires in there. There's going to be a right, left, and a ground. So you just connect the ground to the ground, and then you connect the right, left together, and you connect those to RX. Well, I wonder why it's not wanting to publish. Maybe I need to reconnect this. Maybe I need to turn it off, turn it on again. It's going to be loud this time. Oh, I think I know why. I know why. Because this amplifier is connected to Bluetooth to my phone. That's why. I got to disconnect it from the Bluetooth on my phone. Yeah. So the amplifier is preferentially connected to the Bluetooth on the phone. Now it's disconnected. Now you hear that static? So even this amplifier gives me some static. So I got to turn it down. Well, Gary, the way that he has it written, it goes to RX, not TX. Doesn't really matter. It could go to any pin, right? Now, listen. You hear that? Oh, it's not going to be able to say DrZzs. Well, maybe. DrZzs is never fails. Okay, now let's try the bleepity bleepities. Okay. Oh, because I. I can't make it stop. Okay. That's because I put in here audio notifier as the topic, and then I put in say, and then I told it to play this little sound. So sound, to play a little ringtone, you need to say audio notifier tone. Yeah, it sounds like the computer from War Games, right? Okay. So, but that's that part. Now let's do the MP3 part. Let's So let's go to my favorite place, my favorite source of copyright-free music, which I've actually paid for because I like this guy, Ben Sound. So we should be able to, let's see if we can hit this, and then can we do this? Can we copy this link? I'm going to copy the link. I want to copy the link. If I do this, copy link address, maybe? That probably will do it. Okay. We'll go to copy link address. We're going to go back to our MQTT Explorer here. And then we're going to play, what's the command again? Command is play. Just had to make sure. Oh dear. Okay, there we go. Right here, we're going to put in play. And then we should be able to paste in. Yeah, that's right. That'll work. Okay, let's see what happens. No worky. Someone make it scream. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, because I made a capital play? Shouldn't matter. Nope. Play is case sensitive? Yeah. Okay. Well, still didn't work. My guess is marriage, dog, kids, work. That's enough to eat up all your YouTube time. Want to play a game? Oh, we could make him say that. While we find a song to play.
Want to play a game?
Oh, HTTP versus HTTPS? Well, this is... that's a good question. Maybe can it not play HTTPS? Is it because it's HTTPS? That's a good... Is it behind a paywall? It shouldn't be, but could be. So where's some other examples, Mr. DIY? You got some... I could probably just use one of these, right? I just use... Oh, no, this is URL to the file. No, so I don't have that. Can I use something local? No, it doesn't support HTTPS. Okay. Okay, so it has to be HTTP. So we need to find some HTTP. Somebody shoot me some links for HTTP songs that are out there available. How about that? Your MP3's hosted on Home Assistant? That's probably what I should do, right? And then you put them in. Do you put them in that media folder now? You put them in the new media folder? I haven't gotten this far, obviously. Yet very useful. Has lots of projects. Sound Helix. Hydrate time. Are these all going to be HTTPS though? Yeah, these are all going to be HTTPS. So, oh, that was Stranger Things. Sort of. Yeah, it is. That's awesome. Okay, so that does have a lot of good songs. So then what we need to do, let's go through the steps of hosting them on Home Assistant. But now my Home Assistant is HTTPS. What if I just go to a local share? Can you just do something like that? If only Home Assistant had a new media plugin, right, Mark? That's what I'm saying. Can you do it? Put them in... Where would I put them? Put them in the media folder. Like that. What's this? What's the address here? If I do this, doesn't this give me the address? It gives me the address. Yeah. Can I do that? Just want to see if it'll work. Are you trying to get my attention, or are you just trying to scare me? It's not HTTP properties. Okay. Properties. Why wouldn't it be? But it would be HTTP. I just put HTTP in front of that, right? Can I not? It's not going to work. Oh, media, no. You need the whole thing. You need the whole file. Should be an SMB share. Don't think that will work. Okay. Mr. DIY, how do you do it? How do you do it? It redirects. Put them to stat. Well, there's the www folder, right? The www folder should be pretty. Okay, here we go. HTTP, your API, local path to. Okay. Local path to your file. Oh, /local. That's it. There you go. Okay. So, let's do it. 192.168.1.71. That's my Home Assistant. And then 8123. Thank you very much. Who did that? Was that Ikafar? Thanks, brother. And then 8123. And then local, right? And then the path to my file. And local, everything that's in local is in the www. I think I probably have some sound files in there. If not, we'll download one of those and put it in there. See what we got for sound files in here. We got a WAV file. Can it play WAV files? I think it can play. Did I hear you say it could play something from remove HTTPS? Oh yes, thank you. Okay. Well, let's put one of those in there. Let's go here. We're going to download this, and we're going to put it in that file. We're going to put it in my www folder. Okay. Now, there it is. I wish there was. Is there just a way to copy this path? Wouldn't that be nice? Just properties, I guess. Anyways, let's do that. Okay. All right. Ready to see? What do you think? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? You could put in the www local folder or Home Assistant and play it from there. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Your Chrome instance first. Oh, try to get it in my Chrome instance first. Okay, that's a good way to try it. I mean, that's like, it's not nearly as exciting as failing miserably. Okay, fine. Yep. Done. Not secured. It's going to work. See? That was the careful way to do it. I don't like doing the careful way. Watch it. Here it comes. Can you hear it? Okay. I don't know how to stop it, so I'm just going to turn it down. Okay. Thank you very much. Platano? Platano. Is that like banana? Platano. Finish making Ambilight. You are so welcome. I'm happy to hear it. Happy to hear it. Ambilight is awesome. You can kind of hear it. I can turn it up. What do I do to get rid of some of that static? You got any audio files out there? I mean, for the for outside and for playing music through, Wi-Fi and stuff, it's fine. Probably for my little display outside, but shielded wires. Shielded wires where? Like from the amplifier to the speaker? Oh, I can publish stop. Oh, thank you, Valcom. You're reading the instructions. There it goes, and it just stops. Nice. Or better amp or computer speakers that have a built-in amp. Yeah, so if we take it out of that, and if we put it into my fancy Bose, so now I've just got it plugged into here now. Plugged into here. Now it's going to sound a whole lot better. Whoa. Never mind, that amplifier's, I don't need the amplifier anymore. Oops, I plugged it in. Stop. Let's push play. Still a little bit of static, but it sounds way better. Okay, so let's review, shall we? Those cheap amps get terrible interference issues. Yeah, that's probably the problem. Does it have static when idle? Yes, it does. Yeah, it does, Ikafar, it does. It does have static and idle. And this little amplifier, it has static and idle when it's connected to the aux, but when it's connected to Bluetooth, it doesn't. So I'm not sure exactly. Hello, Ferenc. How are you, my friend? Thanks for being here. Hey, from Canada? All right. Mike's here from Canada? Well, let's play something fun, because it's been a few minutes, and I know we've had a lot of people, and probably a lot of people have said hi and subscribed and done stuff, and I haven't said anything. So let's do this. Unplug the amp. Then what? Plug it back in? A ground loop. Oh, explain what a ground loop is. I should just Google it. Yeah. See, now that I unplugged it and plugged it back in, it hooked up to Bluetooth. Exactly what I was asking you about a few streams ago. Farhan, what was that? This? Greetings from the lowlands. Where's the lowlands? Is that in Ohio? Platano, you're in Tokyo. Wow. Yeah, like the green bananas. Have you tried to share the ground with the amp and the ESP? They are on a shared ground. Yeah. They are on a shared ground. The power supply is going to one of these. You know, it's the power supply ground is going to one of these. And the same ground is going to, it's actually the same ground that's going to the ESP and to the amplifier and, well, not the speaker, but amp probably causing interference on the 3.5mm audio to the boss speaker. Yeah. Typically ground loops produce hum, not a buzz. Oh, okay. 90% of automations come from me. Oh dear. Oh dear, Bruno. Oh dear. Hey, we got that's 2 people from Estonia. Cape Town. How's everybody doing? All right. So, let us summarize. 3.5mm cable needs to be shielded. Okay, I'll try that, Aaron. I'll try that. I'll try and get a better, higher quality one. This is just like from headphones, you know? So I'll try and get a better quality one. That would be, I'm sure, a lot better. Probably the problem is, too, that this, I took, basically I turned the, well, yeah. Bluetooth, well, Bluetooth works better on this amplifier. That's all I'm saying. But we don't, you know, this amplifier is, the whole point of what we're doing right now is this guy. Because this is basically a simple audio receiver that uses MQTT. So it's a very simple little device. Hook it up to an aux cord and then to an amplifier or an amplified speaker. And you can send MQTT messages to it and you can play MP3s. And the best way to play them is to put them in your local folder or your www folder in Home Assistant. Turn off the camera here. Too many pages on the Stream Deck. So your local folder, your www folder, and then put the files in there, and then you can play them. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to grab some MP3s, put them in there, put them in that folder, and then I can start setting up a little bit of a haunted house. A new component, I love it already. Use IKEA speakers. They sound fine with no static. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's one more reason I need to go to IKEA. A Pi to Bluetooth speaker with Moppity or MPD, MPC, yeah. Dry solder joint. I could try and solder it, yeah. So let's grab this. I want this. My Zoe would love this. Zoe needs this. Download this for sure. We're going to download it right there, and we're going to name it because this is the Stranger Things theme song. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Let's grab a couple more files here. For those of you that want these songs, here you go. Mine only plays the audio, but not the video. Oh. Use the media folder to create audio folder to keep the root folder cleaner. To create an audio folder. Oh, Phil, how? So, tell me about this. Ikafar, what doesn't work, dude? Oh, no. We need some more Halloween songs. These are just cool, bouncy songs, right? Spy versus Spy. I thought since that first one was Stranger Things that the rest of these were going to be Halloween based, but they're not really. That's it again. Spotify through the media browser. Oh, Spotify through the media browser doesn't work for you? Oh, it does for me. It does. It does. It does. Let's try it again. It's been a few days. I haven't tried it since it kind of first came out. So you go here, choose player. Oops, it's cut off. Choose player, and then Spotify. Playlist. These aren't my playlist generally, but Volbeat. So the trick is then this is going to play wherever Spotify was playing last. Maybe that's where you're getting hung up, Ikafar. So this is basically controlling Spotify, but in Spotify, whatever device you were playing Spotify on last, that's where it's going to work. It's like I hit play, and for me it doesn't play, but right now it's playing for somebody. So like if I go to the Spotify web player, it will probably show that it's playing somewhere else. And then I can change where I want it to play. Yeah, it's playing on the Echo Flex downstairs. So I can change it here to play on this web browser. Now, when I go to the media folder and hit play, it'll play on these speakers. There it is. Okay. So did you follow that? Did that help? Maybe that helped. That was not intuitive to me. I was the same way. I was like, oh, it's not playing. Why is it not playing? That's funny. What it's controlling is basically just a remote control. Oh, you don't see it in choose player. Oh, well, there was a change in the integration. Maybe that was part of it. I had to redo my integration login. So the Spotify integration I had to redo when that media thing came out. You probably did that, but that's what I had to do. You have it? Yeah, you've done that. Oh. It's working. Oh. Does it work with Apple Music? I don't think so. I don't think so, Lumi. But I don't know for sure. I don't use Apple Music. Lord Sparhawk, the media browser tab should pop up when you go up to 115. Integration fails every time. Bummer. One fat. All right. Made it to the live stream. Thanks for being here. What font? So this is a theme. This is the Kibibit theme. Kibibit, Kibibit theme. So it's just downloaded from the community store. I want to be able to play audio files from a network share folder. Yeah, we talked about that, and I don't think we finished. We didn't finish determining how you could do that, because you can play all this stuff here is stuff that shows up that you put in this folder, this media folder that appears when you do 115. You upgrade to 115, Home System 115. So that's where those songs live. So you could put all your files in there, but then somebody said, can you just like here add a link to something else? Like add a link to another folder where you have your other media. I don't know. We could try that. You have to click and hold your sidebar title to add the media browser. Oh, okay. Well, there you go, Ikafar. Ikafar's telling you how to do it. Thank you. I don't remember what I did. I didn't think I did anything. The integration is linked, but not working with media browser. Man, that's a bummer. I don't know why. Maybe try mapping the drive into the media folder. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I've got a media. I don't even know how to do that exactly. You can reorder the sidebar now. Oh, that's right. I remember that now. I don't remember how. It was over here. Server controls, customize, tags, Lovelace, integrations, devices, areas. I don't remember how. Anyone having issues getting Broadlink Mini working? It keeps timing out in the integration. I haven't been playing. Profile and edit. Thank you very much, Frank. Profile and then change the order and hide items from the sidebar. There you go. Yeah, so make sure if your media browser is down it has a plus, then you need to hit the plus to get it to add, right? Long press on Home Assistant text to the top. Really? Oh, look at that. I didn't know that was a thing. That's awesome. I didn't know that was a thing. Cool. Man, you guys make so much cool stuff in the Home Assistant. I can't even keep up. Seems like the ESP is just calling URLs, so any open network folder shared with a www service may work the same. Yeah? So I've got, I don't remember where, but somewhere, oh, here we go. Yeah, I do. I found it. I found it. Okay. So I've got these files here. But I need to make this like a shared folder. So I want to make this folder shared, right? About to show you my lack of Windows understanding. Not that you guys didn't know it. I don't have. Home group. Give access to. Is that what it'll do it? Or do I need to do something else? Do I have free or premium? Oh, premium. Yeah, that's probably it. Doesn't show up to add, really. And you're on 115. You're on Home Assistant 115. Frank, any ideas? Oh, that's the problem. Okay, bummer, Ikafar. Bummer, man. All right, Reg, thank you for subscribing. We're going to do something fun for you. We haven't done this guy yet today. Oh, that's right. That's the other thing you have to do. Thomas has got it. Seamus has it. You also have to update the Samba share, the Samba add-on. Of course, he's got ideas. You don't have to create the media folder yourself. I thought that ESP can't do audio. How cool is this, right, Ferenc? That's right, man. This thing is awesome. This thing is awesome. Okay, I want to... So does give access to do it? Does that make it a media folder? I don't know. What other ways are there to make it shared? I did give access to. There's something else under here. Sharing. Share. With everyone. Yeah. That's nice. Sharing is nice. I don't know what that meant, but okay. How's it going, Snippy? Has to be with the web browser. Microsoft Server comes with as a role you can install. Without server, you can get a free web server piece of software online. Sharing is caring. Not accessible when it's asleep. Okay, that's fine. Advanced sharing. I'm just going to share and share and share. All right. Well, if I shared it, then let's find a song and let's get the... So is it going to need to go to my... Well, let's try it. Let's try it. How do I get it to the drive? Maybe if I go to... This is where I don't know about a lot of stuff. It's just not the stuff to do live. So we'll only play with this for another minute or two. What am I trying to do? Thank you. I'm trying to just make my my music folder shareable or shared so that I can just do HTTP IP address of my computer and path to the file for anything that's already in my media, or it's already in my music folder that's on a different drive. It's not part of Home Assistant. I want that for two reasons. First, I want to be able to put that into, see if I can link that into the media browser part of Home Assistant stuff. The second is I want to put it in, I want to do these MP3 share stuff. Create a shortcut to the folder. Not the same as a web server. Yeah. Cannot mix a share and HTTP. Bummer. Okay, so how do I make it HTTP? Spotify API key, you can get URL for the track. Oh. But then it's HTTPS probably, right? because it has to be plain HTTP for this little browser guy. Try this. M-Link, link target. Boy, I get it. This is going to take some research on my part, so let's not do this live. We've got only because we've got other really important, really cool WLED stuff I want to do. I want to play with macros. No, they provide an HTTP as well, Aaron says. So, oh, they do. Oh, well then. Well then, I do have Spotify API key. You can get HTTP URL for a track. Okay. Mount your Samba share in home system. You're talking to somebody else. No HTTP is more complicated without research. Yeah. Let me do some research. But I like Aaron's. I'm gonna look there, and I'm gonna just figure out how to make it so that it's all shareable. Or if I want to just shortcut to. If I just put a shortcut into my Home Assistant media folder, I mean should be easy enough, right? If I just go here, and if I just put a shortcut. Music. So if I just want to create a shortcut, create a shortcut to the folder. Create shortcut. See how often I do this. Where'd it go? Somebody see it? Probably need to create a soft link. I don't know what that is. Why is my shortcuts not showing up? Oh, there it is. Music shortcut. Let's just put the music shortcut in here. See what happens. Maybe it doesn't work. It just takes forever. Windows is just lame. In Linux with Samba, you can create CIFs. Feel like the real answer is to get a sketch to support HTTPS. And the world is open to it. Yeah. Okay, great. So now let's just see. I want to see now, since I put a shortcut to that folder, is it going to show up here? Do I need to restart Home Assistant for it to reload those things? It doesn't look like it's loading folders. That's unfortunate. So if I'm here and I go to media and what if I just add a folder? Is that going to show up here? Yeah, so there's the new folder. So it doesn't do shortcuts. Yeah, it can't see the shortcuts. You guys see that? You can have a folder there and you can put stuff in the folder, but you can't just have a shortcut. Windows shortcuts are not readable in Linux. Oh, okay. So what did you mean by somebody said soft link? Didn't implement it as a no need for it. I'll host all my files in it, but something that could be added. Okay, cool. Well, if it can be added, then that's awesome. That's double bonus. That's double bonus. By the way, Mr. DIY needs some coffees. Mr. DIY, you got a coffee, buy me a coffee link or something in here? You need something like that. Where is it? Patreon. Do you have a Patreon? How's Patreon doing? Symlink? Maybe I do need a Symlink. Mr. DIY. There's his. Grab this part. Okay. All right. Now, let's move on from that because I only got an hour left and I want to do WLED macros because I want my WLED stuff to work on its own. Okay. Friday night tinkering. Dean, I want to know about Friday night tinkering. What's that about? Tried for hours. Hey, Mr. DIY, thank you for sharing, dude. Thank you for contacting me and telling me about this. And thanks for putting in the work to make it. It's awesome. It's what I'm going to use for my Halloween sounds in the castle, for sure. For sure. Ooh, what you got here, Snippy? Mount, username. Is that going to work in Windows? Or is that just for Linux? Usernames. Oh, Windows. Oh, okay. IP address your Windows. Oh, cool. Cool. James, how did you get your name to be all highlighted and checked? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, of course you can. In Linux, I gotcha. Symlink. WinLink is the command you issue, similar to shortcut, but look like a subdirectory to everything. Oh, okay, James, that's good to remember. So I'm going to write that down. WinLink. Pencil. I'm verified. Oh, that's what that means. Oh, nobody else is verified but you? Okay, here we go. Let's move on to WLED. Mr. DIY, thanks again for your work, dude. It's fantastic. Love it. And look forward to using it for my funness in the haunted house of Aidenness. Let's close some links here because we got a lot of stuff open. Okay. So, as many of you who are using WLED may have discovered, WLED has a really cool means for, I guess you would call it automating. They're macros, so you can set it up to do a bunch of things that it can run on its own. So it remembers everything that you tell it to do, and it'll run it all on its own. And I want that to happen for me and for my lights. And you can do that in Home Assistant, but you can also do it outside of Home Assistant. And that's what I want to do. So what I've done in my house for my lights right now is you're verified, but it doesn't show up. Aw. He's binded. He's made man. Working on a cool ultra low power battery based door sensor that I think you'll like. Awesome. Hopefully I'll have some video projects out soon. That's great. By the way, I meant to say, I'm super jealous of your name, Mr. DIY. That's like super cool, super short and to the point, and congrats on snagging that really cool YouTube name. So make a lot of it. Get to 100,000 subs real fast, all right? Okay, what I have done in my house is I have right now one dig quad that's running three different strings of lights on the front of the house. And then I have a couple of other dig Uno-ish boards that are running WLED for different strings. So I've now got lights all the way around the house, 2 levels. So I've expanded things a little bit, and I have one of them that is sort of the controller. This one is the controller. This one's the one that I send commands to when I do something, when I make a change on this one, it makes a change on all of them. Okay. So I'm going to play with this one and set up the macros. So let's get into macros. Time and macros. All right. Might as well set the time correctly. This is not my time. Mountain is my time. I don't need to offset it. The current local time is not 1970, January 8th, 1970. So let's save that, and hopefully that'll update. Still says it's 1970. Why is that? Oh, because I didn't say get time from NTP server. Okay, now I'm going to get time from NTP server. Hey, there you go. Now we got the correct date and time. Okay, that's mucho importante. If you do all the macro stuff and you set it to turn on and off at certain times, but you didn't set up the right time, ain't gonna work. Okay, this clock, we're not gonna worry about this. Month, day, countdown. We're not gonna have a countdown. Advanced macros. Okay, define API macros here. That's what we want. So the first thing we're gonna do is define our API macros. And we might not do 15 of them or 16 of them, but we'll do a few. So when you want to write a macro, let's actually go back to this page, and this explains a little bit about how it works and how you format them. But basically, you're going to do some command, and they're simple, one or maybe a couple of letters, and then equals, and then the the value that you want it to equal. And this is either going to be like a color setting, or it's going to be a preset, or it's going to be something like that, or an effect number. And then you link the different commands together with the and symbol. And then this was the next command, and then this is the value, and then it's the link, and then the command, and then the value, and then the link, and you just keep on going. All right. So what are those commands that you can use? They are right here. They're right here in the HTTP request API page. This is also in the video description, but we're going to put it here anyways. Somebody said just age to 50, like, wow, you just aged 50 years in like a second. I know, that sucks, right? Got to make some jingle from that Snap song. Okay, here we go. All right, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to want the lights to turn on, and we're going to want them to turn on, I would like it to turn on as a specific effect. So I'm trying to remember what we have to do to make that happen. Brightness, master toggle, on off toggle. So this will turn them on or off. Okay, let's set them to just do an on. So off is 0, on is 1, toggle is 2. So the first command is going to be t equals 1. That will turn them on. Okay. Oh, look, this has got some of my old ones in it. It's cool how it remembers that. T equals 1. All right, so we're going to turn them on. Step 1. This might be basic, but I think this is also pretty useful. So hopefully this is useful to everybody else. Quindor's here. How's it going, buddy? Oh, you're late to the party. I know, it's because I started early. I changed going forward, probably for the rest of the year. I think we'll be at this time. I think I'm going to start it a little bit earlier. So Z's looks like he lost weight. Nice going. Thanks. Yeah, I was getting up there a bit. My quarantine 15 was like a quarantine 30. So I'm back to where I ought to be. I could still lose a little, but back to where I ought to be. Thanks for noticing. Finally tried out WD for a little golf cart Halloween light project. It's really cool. Yes, it is. Lights on Whispering Meadows. Ooh, so you must have a pretty fancy light show. If you've got a name like Lights on Whispering Meadows and your little tag is a bunch of lights, you must have a really cool light show. Well, this is a WLED, and we're going to go through and make a few macros and then set them to turn on and off certain times of the day and stuff like that. All right. Or yeah, times of day, days of the week. Okay, now we want to set it to an LED effect. So let's set it to an effect. To set it to an effect, we're going to go fx equals, and then pick the effect. So we link it with and then we're going to set the effect. Fx equals, and then which effect do we want? Let's pull up another one here so we can look at what the effect numbers are. Wait, 125, is that the one? That's not the one I'm working on, is it? Not good, okay. Because it has the same background. It's okay, it's got to be awesome. Quindor, announce yourself with the bot when you come in. Then I don't have to. Thank you, Sir Goodenough. Sir Goodenough is Mr. Fancy Bot Fingerman. Thank you so much, dude, for doing that all the time. He's always popping in the links and popping in the bot stuff. Okay. So let's pick one that we like. I like, let's think about what we're going to do. We're going to have it so that on, I like it to do, you guys know what my favorite is. If you've watched a few of these a few times, you know my favorite. For just sort of general funness outside, I really like Twinkle, Color Winkle. Color Winkles. This one. Yeah, that's my matrix up there so I can see what it's doing. Okay, so we want Color Winkles. Oh, but I don't know. This one doesn't tell me what number Color Winkles is. So that didn't really help. We're just going to open up the WLED wiki and find it there. And here there'll be a list of all the effects. WLED wiki, and then list of effects and palettes. And this will give them a color. All right, so let's find Color Winkle. Well, we can search for it because it's not in alphabetical order. Color Waves? Oh no, Color Winkles isn't in here? Oh, there it is. Color T. Oh, Color Twinkle? Wait a minute. Have I been calling it color winkle all this time and it's color twinkle? Oh, jeez. Oh. Man. Oh my gosh. I feel like I could trust wireless for the timing I need. Yeah, the wire. You're right. You're right. Wireless is not going to be as reliable. No doubt about it. Me crazy. What program am I using? This is WLED, amigo. Am I using Brave browser? Looks like no Brave reward symbol, free money for all the surfing you do. I should be using Brave more. I really, really should, and I haven't gotten there. So, anyways, yeah, no, this is just Chrome with a different theme. But yeah, I need to get to. I know Mr. Goodenough has, and he's been trying to get me to do it for a long time. My videos are amazing. Oh, thanks, Duda. Thank you, thank you. Okay, color twinkle is effect number 74. So we want it to set to effect number 74. There we go. And actually, that's probably about it. Well, that's all, because color twinkle, I'm going to keep calling it color winkle. Can I keep calling it color winkle? Do you guys mind? Nobody minds, right? I can name things whatever I want. Do I program all of my lights to WLED? I don't know what you mean. Color winkle. I use WLED right now for most everything. I've got that. That's it. I can call it anything you like. Thank you. Thank you, Quindor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is tell it when to turn off. So we want to leave it on for a time period, and then we want it to turn off. I can't remember if there's a delay and then a time, nightlight active and duration in minutes. So this will set, this is what we want. This will turn on the nightlight and it will go for a certain number of minutes. Is that what I want? So in here, there's also the ability to, there's also the ability to, this is what time it turns on. So this isn't the time to turn off. Timed light over macro, countdown over macro. I don't know what those do. All right, well, we're going to do, let's just poke through here again and see if there isn't something that's just a delay. Segments, general experimental, block pixel, unlock. Man, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do. DIY. Brightness, primary color, notification, effects, intensity, speed, palette. Yeah. So it's probably the nightlight. It's probably the nightlight command. That's what we're going to use. Kind of hate me. Now I'm constantly discussing with my wife. I want LEDs. She doesn't. So somebody share with me, Lobi, something where a situation to use LEDs in that the wife would like. That's what you got to do. You got to do something that she gets, if she's like, oh, that was really cool when you did that on the stairs or something like that. And then maybe you can, at that point, take over the world. 4Tracks never understood the nightlight thing. Oh, good. Well, we're gonna do the nightlight thing right now. So the nightlight thing, the way the nightlight thing works is on the main page, or on one of those main pages, you can set a time. And I think it's the default is 60 minutes, but you can set it to whatever you want. Ooh, behind the TV. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one to start with. Yeah, they like that. So the nightlight, you set the time, and then once you click on the nightlight button, it starts that timer. So this is the nightlight button right here. So when you click that, the timer is active. Your lights will turn off over 60 minutes because right now it's set to 60 minutes. If I go in here, I can change that. I think it's in LED preferences. Yeah, right here. So you can change that to something lower. I actually typically put it to something lower, but I put it in something lower. Most of the time I use that on my girls' lights. So I lay down with them and we watch a video or something and we talk, and then they've got their lights around their room that are just a dark blue and then, or a very dim blue color. And then when I leave, I want those lights to turn off in 30 minutes. So when I walk out of their room, then I hit this little timer moon, and that starts the timer. So then in 30 minutes, they'll turn off. So they don't turn off immediately when I leave. They turn off after. Voice control. Just did that one. Let her name the colors. Ooh. Hot tub. It fades out over. Well, it could. That's an option as well. It doesn't have to fade out. It can fade out or it can turn off instantly. I actually prefer it to turn off instantly, which, by the way, it used to just be, it used to be off, and then it's now changed. So I don't know. I think wait and see. I don't know what that means. So this has actually changed a little bit. Let me see what I did with the girls' lights. I'm not sure. It probably is wait and see on theirs too. Don't mind that warning about melting the wires. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, I've got it set to wait and see. So I'm pretty sure that oh, and I've got it set to 20 minutes for their lights. I'm pretty sure that just turns it off after. It doesn't fade out. The problem I had with the fade out is in their room, when I was doing this for this purpose, in the girls' bedroom, sort of as it's a nightlight, basically. What it does is however far, maybe it's every minute or something like that. Oh, wait and set, not wait and see. Yeah. It's color winkle. I'll call it color winkle if I want. I can't see anything. Wait and set. Anyways, whatever, that turns it off. What happens is every time it changes brightness, and this may be because it was already pretty dim, and so the increments in brightness were really small. Well, maybe they were really big. I don't know. They was trying to break up the difference between almost turned off and turned off. So it was trying to break it up. And every time it went down a little bit, it was a jump. It wasn't just a gradual fade, that you could not really perceive. It was a jump every minute. Jump, jump. And so you'd be laying there almost asleep, and then out of just, even through your eyelids, you just see the lights get a little dimmer. You're like, what just happened? Close your eyes. You can kind of see the lights, and then they get a little dimmer. So that's why I put the wait and see. Wait and see is what you used to get as pudding when we were kids. Really? Every change we make, wait and see, try and see. But you can't wait and set it and then go wait and see. You can, that's right. That's what I do. Digital LED strip can only dim 256 steps, so the lower region is jumpy. Very good. So if you had it at full brightness and you were dimming it, you probably wouldn't notice it as much, right, Quindor? Because it would be able to go from, it would be 256 steps over 20 minutes. So you would really have a hard time perceiving it from step to step. But if you're already on, like my digital or my dimming lights in their rooms, only at about 10% anyways. So now we've got only, 20 steps to take, one every minute. It was perceivable. So I set it to just turn off after 20 minutes instantly. So, but if you want it to fade, you can have it fade. All right. So that's the basics of the nightlight. We are going to use the nightlight command as it is listed in here to turn these lights off, because I want the lights. Let's have them turn on 255 minutes is like 4 hours. That's over 4 hours, right? 240 would be 4 hours. I'm T-blind. I am T-blind. It's twinkle and set. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I've never heard of T-blind, but apparently I am. This break is brought to you by... All right. Fade, nightlight, brightness. So you can just turn the nightlight on, but it uses the default duration. I'm going to use this. We're going to do the activate it and set it to a certain duration so that after a certain period of time, it just turns off. Okay. And let's not drive the neighbors too crazy. So we'll turn it off after 3 hours. We'll turn it off at 180 minutes. So we're going to do NL equals 180. And that's going to be the next step of our macro here. NL equals 180. And NL equals 180. All right. So that means that when macro number 1 is activated, it's going to turn on the lights. It's going to set them to effect 74, which is color winkle. And then, I've been saying that wrong for a year. For a year. And nobody corrected me. That's okay. It wouldn't have mattered. I would have still said color winkle. And then we're going to have the nightlight timer start, and in 3 hours, they're going to turn off again. I always thought of Henry Winkler when I said that, color winkles. I love my LEDs and WLED, but really hate the noisy power supplies. Ah, true, Timmy. True, Timmy. We did mention power supplies and how what you might use as the ones that are not, the ones that, there are some that don't have a fan that you can get up to 10 amps. They don't get above 10 amps, though, I don't think. These aren't noisy. They shouldn't be. Although I do have some that don't have a fan that just buzz like crazy, but they're really cheap. You can get 40 amps without a fan. Woo! Configurator, inator. Tasmodo. Yeah. He does say Tasmodo, doesn't he? Oh, man, I miss Travis. I haven't talked to him in forever. Frame style power supplies. Sidetracked squirrel. That's for sure. Man, that was a squirrel. Find the LED on the Node MCU annoying. I do too. Maybe that's something we could put in for to be able to toggle off that LED. But you know what I've done? Nail polish. I just got some dark nail polish, painted over it. Done. Now I can't see it. Actually, the first time I did it, I just used a marker, like a permanent marker, which didn't work quite so well, but just a little dab of black paint, acrylic paint or whatever you got. Just paint it. You could probably just pop it off the board too if you want to. It's not gonna. This question in Quindor's live stream, but didn't get an answer there. Is it possible to over inject power? No. Use too many power injection lines? No. The reason is, and Milobi, I think the confusion there is you're not actually, when we say you're injecting power, you're not pushing the power in, you're making the power available. And the lights will draw the power as much as they need. So if you wanted to connect power injection lines at every string or between every LED, I mean, it would really be ridiculous, but there's no downside to that other than it's unnecessary. But yeah, no. Bigger power supplies. Annoying sound when the LEDs is off. Oh, really? I have a big power supply. We need, you know what I need to do is get a Michael Scott, like I have Paul here in the Ode to Zigbee. I need a Michael Scott where he's trying not to say that's what she said. The best mounting solution for the power supply Node MCU is a box of some sort, plywood or what? Scott Snow asks. So we talked about that at the beginning, and I would say I've done it 3 ways. This is what I said. I've done it 3 ways. One, you can buy a box, which actually after all that, I don't think I linked it in here. But you can buy a box that says, you can buy a box that's like an outdoor project box that's waterproof. And that's if you have to put it someplace, like people that use these in their yards, right? For their displays, they put the power supplies and the controllers and stuff in the yard. You kind of need something pretty waterproof. A lot of guys just use Tupperware and it works okay. So Tupperware boxes, those project boxes. For your roof line, what I've started doing that I really like is poking a wire up into the attic and just keeping the power supply and the Dig Uno and stuff in the attic. Then it's totally out of the weather. And you don't have to worry about it getting wet or anything. Inside the garage for the roof line, it's another good option. The nice thing is, so when I started doing these LEDs 3 years ago, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't understand the voltage, the data signal boosting that you needed to do, I had to have the controller the D1 Mini or whatever right next to the first LED, right? If it was more than a little bit of distance away and you were using tiny wires, your data signal would not be strong enough, wouldn't have enough voltage when it got to the first LED, and then all your lights would flicker and just look stupid. Wouldn't work. So I had to have the controller right next to the lights. Now that most of the time, I think a lot of us, me for sure anyways, are using DrZzs or not a dead pixel, a sacrificial pixel or something. I mean, it's pretty easy, now that I understand it a little bit, it's pretty easy to boost that data signal. Well, once you boost the data signal, now it doesn't matter where you put your controller within reason. You can put your controller 50 feet away and it's going to work still. You're going to have a long wire between your controller and your first LED, and that's okay. As long as you've boosted that data signal by using a DrZz or DrZquad or a sacrificial pixel or a voltage level shifter if you want to do it that way. So with that, you don't necessarily need the controller right next to the LEDs. You can put the controller now anywhere. It doesn't have to be right next to it. So I've been putting mine in the attic, putting them inside the house and just running the wires out to the LEDs. So much better. So much better. So, but if you can't do that, then, Tupperware project box, there's waterproof project boxes. If you just search here, can't believe I don't have that on there. Waterproof project box. I wish my cart would go away. Okay, waterproof project box. Something like these. I think this was probably the one that I used years ago or something like it. I think this one maybe is going to say you bought this. No. But anyway, something like this, depending on the size that you need. I'm going to add this to my freaking cool LEDs idea list. Okay. Wouldn't be in winter during Christmas. A guy in my neighborhood would have bigger power supplies than me. And do you fuse your incoming 5-volt line? I had a D1 Mini get so hot it had the burning electrical smell and gave me a blister when I picked it up. Ouch! I think I needed to fuse any feed line. So you were the 5 volts going into it. So were you connecting? Did you connect all the LED output through it? So was all the current for the LEDs going through the D1 Mini? Wow, I'm surprised it survived, to be honest. Wall mount boxes and mount in the garage. Going to check that out. Nice. Grip lock ties. I was using grip lock ties yesterday. Okay, let's get back to WLED. So I got one effect. Now let's go down here. Let's just go ahead and do this. Let's say that during certain months, I want that to be active. So right now, I want the color winkle to be active. So I'm going to say that I wish I could do this at sunset. There's not a way to do this at sunset, right? There's not a timing thing that's for sunset. It's sunrise, but it's not sunset. So that would be a nice thing to do here too, is that it would grab what time sunset is and stick it in. Oh yeah, feeding all the power through the D1 Mini is all the rage on TikTok. Yeah, we should put out a warning, huh? Okay, we're gonna have it come on at 7 o'clock. 1900. Is that how that works? Better make sure. Macros preset segments. Time relay. This effects. I'm not 100% sure that that's how that works. Does anyone know? Use Home Assistant to call the macro at sunset. Ooh, that's a good way to do it. I'm trying to do this without Home Assistant just for the sake of those that don't use it. But yeah, I think that's a way to get it done at sunset. You're totally right. Well, I want to use this clock, this timer piece. So we're going to do it at 19. Oh, I don't need the minutes because there it is. So 1900. And then it's going to turn on macro number 1. Okay. So macro number 1. And let's only have it do that during the weekdays. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll take off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll leave those for something special. Rough Boy, thank you for subscribing. Let's do this. We haven't done enough of these today. Yee-haw. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so we're going to save that first one so we don't lose it. And then I do want to go back. Let's do this with presets because I want to see what it is. And then I don't want to have to spell out each effect and each color and all that. So and the speed and all that. You can do that in a macro, or you could just do it as a preset and then you just have it call a preset. You missed the train. My semi-truck train. All right, so we're gonna turn it on. Oh wait, I just turned them on, all of them. We're gonna use this one that's not actually connected to everything. Okay, turn it on. We're gonna go peak, and right now they should. Oh, these are the ones in the girls' rooms. Oh, let's not mess with those either. Shoot. This is the one I want. That's what happens when you have too many. I've been trying to set the background colors and the backgrounds to different images so that I could know what they are, but obviously I haven't finished. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that.
Oh, the Zigbee! Oh, the Zigbee! Oh, the Zigbee! Oh, the Zigbee! Oh, the Zigbee!
Oh, dear.
Oh, the Zigbee!
Good old Paul. I hope everybody gave. It's bad of me that I haven't given him a congratulations yet, but Paul Hibbert hit 100,000 subscribers, so that's pretty exciting. Pretty good for him. Frank's train, but mine's awesome as well. Yeah, well, Frank's train is Frank's train. Okay, we're going to turn on the matrix over there. Great. And then we're going to turn on the peak so we can actually see what it's doing here. Now, there are some other ones that I like. First, let's go to... There are some really neat new ones. I want to do a something special for Friday nights. So Friday nights are the Home Assistant. Yeah, there is the Home Assistant one. The dank train. Can you use a Raspberry Pi Wi-Fi audio notifier without the need of the amplifier? Well, Maitreya, if you're talking about this audio notifier software that Mr. DIY put together, the answer is no, because that's a sketch that's written to run on an ESP8266 or Arduino, so you can't run that on a Raspberry Pi. So no, you would need a whole different. You can use a Raspberry Pi as an audio notifier, and would you need an amplifier still? You probably do need an amplifier still. Maybe not quite as much as you need one for coming out of an ESP8266, but you're still going to need one. The Pi, the audio signal that comes out of the Pi is not going to be very powerful, so it's not going to be very loud. All right, we have actually. Let's do a Team Colors one. We're going to do a Team Colors one, and we're going to turn it on Saturday afternoons. And so we're going to do the best one I found for like a Team Colors, a simple Team Colors one is Running 2. Okay, Running 2 gives you two colors. Right now the two colors are black and green, but we're going to change the primary color to blue, and then we're going to set the secondary color to maize. Da, 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 right? Then we're going to change the effect. We're going to make it, I want it to be big. I want the segments to be pretty big. Yeah. And I do want it to go a little faster. Okay. So basically, I want this to happen during game time on Saturdays. The Wolverines. That's right, Raspy. That's right. So we're going to set this. Now I've got the effect. I've got everything the way I want it. I've got my colors the way I want them. I've got my timing and my intensity, and I've got my effect. So now I need to save it. So we're going to save this, and we're going to save it to slot number 2. And then make sure you turn off saving mode after you're done. Oops. Except this is not the right one. That's fine. Well, we got to do it in the right one, actually. So this is the one that I need to do it in. I wish you could see the preview when it was off, but you have to turn the preview on. But now we know how to do it. Let's go back. We'll do it again. We're going to set running 2. We're going to set the first color to blue, which it didn't do. Oh, because that's just doing segment number 1. Oh, crud. Oh, because it's got the color palette is set to fire. So we need your color palette set to default. Now we need our secondary color to be maize. We want our timing up, and we want our segments way up. This is not this one anymore. Let's turn this one off. It's not helping me. Because I actually need it to save in here. One thing that hasn't yet been added to WLED that I would like to get added, or that I would like to see added at some point, like I say, I have it added, but is the ability to download your effects from one to another. Wouldn't that be nice? ASU fans in the house. When are you going to get more boards from Quindor? I want to keep up missing. Yeah. So Ray, you can now go to the website. Yeah, we're hoping really soon. We're hoping very soon. And I'm glad Quindor's here to answer that question. I get that question a lot. On the website now, if you go to DrZzs.com/shop, we're getting scrolled a little, but that's okay. If you go, whether you want to go to the LED, the Dig Uno or the Dig Quad, you now have the ability to sign up to get an email when they come back in stock. And hopefully this will work. You know me and my websites. Permatrack, we're right now of this first batch of Permatrack, we're sold out of everything except brown with lights on the sides. And the next shipment should be arriving in the US any day as well. I don't know if this one's not out of stock. You just have to go to Mike's website to get it. I need to change that calculator a little bit. Okay, so you can go sign up for the list, and then you should get an email when it comes in. You can't transfer directly, but you can read out the settings with the API by adding /win, and then set the same settings via the API on the others. Oh, Kenneth, give me some more details. How do I do that exactly? Transfer directly. You can read out the settings with the API. How do I do that? So yes, that's true too. Worldwide, there is stock available. Yeah, Quindor has them. Would like to save remove effects rather than they all being there. Pain to scroll through them to get one. I don't know about that. I don't know how you can do that. You could probably do that, Sam, if you wanted to custom compile WLED yourself. Set the settings, same URL, add /win. Okay, let's try that for a second. I'm going to save this one first. We're going to save it to number 1 first, okay? So set the settings. Same URL, add /win, just like this. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. Look at that. Oh. Really love your videos. Thank you very much. I have a quick question. Can I create a separate home network using a Raspberry Pi and a separate router, connect all my smart home devices? Yes. And if you have, depending on your router, some routers like the Wi-Fi stuff, which is probably what everybody would recommend that you get, you can set up a separate network in the router. So the router would have a whole separate VLAN that would have different IP address, subnet, and all that stuff. And it's the code you use in the macros as well. Son of a gun. So it doesn't look like the right style. How do we get the style? So tell me now. What's the next part? What's the next part, Kenneth? AC60, CL0, CL8, CL25, CS. Is there a way? So do I need to convert this to some other PF Sense as well? And it's free. There you go, Sir Goodenough. PF Sense. Sir Goodenough's got the answers for you there, Sam. I hope right now, I know that list is really long, Ray, and I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, dang, I hope that order's even. I hope that we gotta whip those poor Chinese children into making these DigUnos faster for us. Family, finally dipping my toe into Home Assistant. Was going to make some dumb switches smart today, but forgot my house was full of three-way switches. Oh, well, Helen, there are smart three-way switches out there. The best guy in my opinion, of course, has reviewed and dissected smart switches is DigiBlur. He's got a lot of information about all the different brands, and he knows how they work, and he's put Tasmodo on all of them. So I know there are smart three-way switches that you can get, and you can most of them nowadays are going to be using Tuya, so you can just use the Tuya integration in Home Assistant, and you can turn off the cloud and all that. It works great. But you also could do Tasmoto if you want. Shelly's are good for three-way switches. There's a lot of them. What do I do with this now, Kenneth? Okay, go look up the API. You can translate the codes directly or send the codes with /. Okay. Send the codes directly with /win and then all this stuff. And okay. Look up the API. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna hold on to that. /win. That's another thing I need to do. Win link and then /win and then API. So you can export them and then import them. So I could so if you have all this, right? So you have to convert this though, right? You have to do and something. Look at the API. Not this. I'll have to look at this. I'll have to play with this a little bit. That's very, very promising. One sec. Oh, okay. Thank you, Kenneth. Yes, but just select the ones you want. So I just need to say what the effects are and stuff. Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying. Okay, hold on. We can do this. I think I got it. It's thick here, it's thick, but I think we get there. So we gotta look up the API, and we gotta see which of these things matter, right? So the effect matters. The effect is number 37. Man, I'm using pencil and paper. What is wrong? This is like prehistoric. So fx equals 37. Okay, that's part of it, right? The next part that matters is Sx a part that matters? Sx is the effect speed. Yes, it is. So then we want Sx equals whatever it is, 188. And then we want probably Ix is going to be something else. Ix is the intensity. So Ix, and the Ix is 255. So I got it all the way up to maximum intensity. This is the setting for FCK color. Because, like, what's AC? Because the colors are in here somewhere too, right? CLNS. Exactly. FC Copenhagen. Oh, FCK colors. Gotcha. Okay, so what's SS? Segment. Okay, so I don't care about segment. DS, I don't care about. CY, PS, WS. So where's my colors in here? Why are there so many? Like CS has 3 colors. There's 3 numbers. CL has 3 numbers. So CL. Oh, primary color. CL C2. Oh, okay. So the colors are, it's just 3 numbers. So 16777 215. That's 1 color. Primary and secondary. Gotcha. Heck yeah, plug yourself. Well, that sounds awful. Thank you, Sir Goodenough, for your work, my friend. He's always helping out. Appreciate you very much, amigo. Thank you. All right. So the parts of the secondary, of the primary color, is it going to be 08255? I think it is. 08255. So CL. So for me, CL 0. I have 08, but I'm just going to put 00255 because I just want straight up blue. And then the secondary color is C2. And for me, oh, it's CS. I don't have a C2. And maybe that's changed. Maybe CS is the new designation. Yeah, CL. Oh, here it is. XML responses. Here's how you translate them out. Okay. Yeah, that's the secondary color. But when we're putting it back in, can we do CS? I guess we must be able to. 255, 255, 0. Okay, so CS is 255, 2550. And what else? We've got the effect, we've got the speed, we've got the intensity, we've got the colors. I think that should be good. Oh, you could look it up in the color chart as well. And that's a nice thing because you can just put a nice hex color code in there too. Right? You can do a hex or a decimal or hexadecimal color in there. Secondary red value, secondary green value, secondary blue value. Oh, that's what it is. No, that's not in there either. Okay, well, we're going to try it and see. So let's try it. Let's set it on my lights over here on the matrix again. And just for kicksies, we're going to go here. We're going to go /win. Well, let's first turn it on and set it to something else, right? So let's turn it on. We'll set it to this, and we'll set it to solid. Okay. Now we can go /win, and then is it /something? Glasses. Color is written a bit odd. You have to add HO00 to mark it as hex. Okay. So the best thing to do is look up your colors. That's weird. So the colors, as they show up, CL and CS are the colors. AC is the color. It's either a number or a hex. Okay. Well, we can do the first parts. Let's do the AND. Then we're going to do FX equals. and then 37, and then SX 188, and then 255. Oh, IX 255. And then we're going to do the colors. So we're going to do and then we can just go, let's go find a hex. Well, let's try it this way. Can I do it with the numbers? I can't do it with the numbers, right? That's blue. Okay. 40,000 nuts. So then this is going to be CL, or is it C1? CL. CL, and then that. And then give me a nice yellow. Or not CL, now it's going to be CS. Hey, buddy. It's at 3% turkey. How's your fantasy football doing? Okay. Anyone have issues with WLED receiving E131 data and slowing down and stuttering? Sometimes, LS Dave, yes. Sometimes, yes. I think a lot of it is network. Like I think it's the communication between the router and the ESP chip. It also could be the ESP chip just being overwhelmed with too much information. So yeah, I've definitely had that happen. I've seen it less, I feel like, with if you're using an ESP32 instead of an 8266. Thank you very much, Kenneth. You get the star for the day, amigo. 3 numbers equal a color code. I could do, yeah. You are? Okay, so I'm going to save all this because that was a lot of work to put all that together. 70? Who are you playing? Oh, man. Dawson's getting his butt kicked in fantasy football. Some of your players hasn't played. Yeah, some of your players haven't played. What did you have? 20-something? 20-something is a pretty crazy score. 28, yeah. Oh, wait, I don't want /win. I want this. I just want it to do this. Can I do that? No, that's not going to work. So then where do I put it? Do I make it set or something? Do I tell it to set it to that? Better luck with ES Pixel Stick? Nah. Well, yeah, you might have better luck with ES Pixel Stick for E131. Yeah. So WLED, it is great as a standalone light controller. Absolutely fantastic. Hands down, no better options for just... see how that didn't work? When I did it, it took me to this page. But then if I go, so did that set it then? Oh yeah, it did. Well, that's a funky blue. Yeah, that set it. Okay. That's because my primary color is actually this. Huh. So it didn't like those primary colors. Anyways, what I was saying is WLED is fantastic as this, right? Fantastic. You cannot find something better. I've looked and looked and looked for years. This is it. It also, as a secondary feature, does E131. It may not do E131 as well as ES Pixel Stick, or there's probably others. But it does do it. If your primary purpose is to make a big awesome light show, then you don't want to just spread a bunch of WLED controllers throughout your display. You can, the way I see it, you start with WLED and you start with these ESP-based controllers. They're cheap. You get started in it. You can have some really cool stuff really easily. And then later on, as you really want to get into doing E131 or X-Lights in general, making the big shows, in a lot of cases, you're probably going to grow out of your WLED controller. for those situations. But you do lose a lot of stuff when you go straight over, when you go to full on X lights. And we've had some X lights folks on, and there's going to probably be a bit more of a blend where someday with X lights, you can do some more, just turn on a simple effect for your whole house like you do with LED, with WLED. So they're working together, Air Cookie and the X lights guys. So there may be more of a blend together at some point. But anyways, that's my take on it. Start with WLED. Yes, it can do E131. Does it do it as beautifully as some other controller softwares? Maybe not. It is a little dependent on network, and it's definitely dependent on the processor, whether you're using a 32 or an 8266. But in the end, if you're going to go to a big show and use X lights and stuff, then you're probably going to want to graduate up to something else. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got the official maize and blue. Okay. The official maize and blue. Oh, I copied all that out of there. I didn't keep it. Son of a gun. I just recopied it. Let's see if it gets me back to this. Oh, good, it does. Okay, so let's put in the CL, and we'll put in this number instead. I'm going to paste that in. No, that wasn't right. Whoa. IXCL. Oh, I just took it out. We're going to just paste in this FFCB05. FFCB05. Wait, and FFCB05, they're the same. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, let's try that. So interesting. So when you do this, you click this, and then it sets this. And in order to see it, oh yeah, that looks better. I'm going to cut that out. You just go back to the page, and it has set it. That did it. You need a lot of equals between the command and the value. You need lots of equals. Did I not put any equals in? Probably not, huh? Equals. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's why it's not looking very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tim. I'm also not only X blind, but apparently I'm also equals blind. Getting a little ahead of myself. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. The shades are going up. That means we got to finish up here. Ooh, but the blue went away. Do I need that H00? I shouldn't. Why did the blue go away? So that's pretty cool. So then you just... No. That color's not right. It's like a gold or something. No preset color light palettes. Yeah. Well, this is actually really cool. I didn't know you could do this. So that's how you can... you set the effect. So if you wanted to copy an effect, you can do it that way. We got way sidetracked. I mean, it's very related, but also very sidetracked. Otherwise, it doesn't understand it as hex. Yeah. But then this color, I wonder why this color doesn't look quite right. The FFCB05. Great show. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Rechecked and spelling wrong, all working. Oh, good. You messed it up. Start over. Start over from the beginning. Hey, Ugly Kid Joe, you are so grateful, or so welcome. So grateful. You're so welcome. All right. What I wanted to do, and I think we kind of got there, but we didn't really get to finish, so we'll have to pick this up the next time, is what I really wanted to do too is show you that when you go into these macro things, oops, this is where I want to be. You go into macros, that you can set them for certain days of the week and stuff. So I was going to say, all right, well, I want my macro 1 to be this, during these days of the week. And then on Saturday, I want, Saturday at noon, say, I want to activate macro number 2, but just on Saturdays. And then I can say, well, this one here I only want in the fall. And maybe there's a way to do this to activate or deactivate certain time-controlled macros. But for now, I would just have to go into this page and say, well, it's now January, so we're not playing football anymore, so we're going to take that off, right? Or for a certain month, say at, it gets in let's say July, so 4th of July. So it doesn't get dark until pretty late around here, so 2100 probably. And then we set a macro to turn on 4th of July lights during that month. So we would turn these schedules off and turn this one on. So now at 9 o'clock, it would turn on macro number 3 certain days of the week, right? And then you just go in and turn that one off. And then you have a Halloween one where you say, okay, well, Halloween, it's getting dark around 7, and our Halloween macro is set to 4, but we only want that on the weekends or something like that, just for the month of October or whatever. So we'll do Friday and Saturday nights, something like that, right? And then you can just go back in here and you turn them on and off based on whatever month it is. If there's another way to turn these on or off, I'd love to hear it. Yeah, connected with a calendar trigger is probably the even better way. But again, I was just trying to do this without Home Assistant. Yeah, Home Assistant, I know. Oh, the Home Assistant. Oh, the Home Assistant. Oh, the Home Assistant. Anyways, that's this is it for today. Let's call up the kids because I gotta get back to the things, do the things with the things for the things. Where is the sign off thing? Here we go. What board are you looking at for WLED light controller? Oh, the cult.
It's time for sign on. It's time for sign on. It's time for sign on.
And you can get these do work with Wi-Fi as well, but they also network, hardwire into your network and hardwire into each other with
Christmas already?
Yeah, it's Christmas time. Ho, ho, ho. Recently asked Eric if he had time slider auto reverse button and the main effects, also auto reverse checkbox for Murphy. I really want him to add a calendar thing too. I really would like a calendar there. More likes for the Doc's hard work. Thank you, sir. Good enough. Thank you for your hard work. I think it's empty, sweetie.
It's 28:32.
Who on the LA?
I drank the last.
So what does that have to do with you?
I drank the last bit.
You did? All right. How should we sign off, everybody? You smell good. I
Like
love it when you
Zachy.
guys have showers. You smell like Zachy?
No.
Hi, Zach. Do you like Zach's shirt? Show him your shirt, Zach. Well, you can't really see it. It says, I'm not procrastinating. I'm doing side quests. Good times. Okay. How should we sign off?
Like we're staring. We're robots.
Like robots. Okay. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. Oh, that made my eyes burn. Just keeping them open for that long without blinking.
No, Daddy, it's easy. Staring on this.
You win. Okay. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Get out there and put some lights up and do some awesome stuff.